Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time and depending on when you're going to be seeing this video. It's your brother, your boy, courserepscorner. Like I always tell you guys, it's my corner, it's your corner, and it's our corner.
I don't wanna fall in love, I just wanna have some fun, yeah. I don't wanna fall in love.
Presenting Jibia Keita Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker, it is rather unfortunate for JAMB and rather unfortunate for this young girl. Mr. Speaker, right here, I generated the same result on the platform of JAMB this girl generated with some colleagues, my colleagues here. It's an IT issue. Some criminals created an app, and I will share it with my colleagues so that they will find out this girl was manipulated by some adults, some individuals, in order to take advantage of her talent to cash on the privileges that comes with the highest score in JAMB examination. I believe this girl is innocent. I have no doubt she's innocent, but she's being manipulated by an adult. If they
go ahead, you are protected.
Order please. This is a very serious issue. This is a very serious.
Honorable colleagues, order please.
The JAMB.
Excuse me, honorable colleague. Excuse me, honorable Sada.
The JAMB.
It is important. Excuse me, honorable.
Mr. Speaker, if members can take this name of the app and right there in 1 minute, you can create exactly the same result this girl was saying she scored, which was done for an adult for her. The app is JAMB Fun-Fake. JAMB Fun F-U-N, fake. Once you open the app, you see everything about JAMB. Then you see columns that are blank where you can put the points and hit and you get the result. That's exactly what happened, and this girl was manipulated because that app was being used by JAMB 2-3 years back. But when they realized that a similar of it was cloned, they have to develop another one which will be generated but with a photograph. This one that was being shown by this girl over the net has no photograph. But the current JAMB result that if a child wants to print must come with a photograph. So that's my suspicion that this young girl, this innocent girl, was being manipulated by adults in order to cash on the advantage.
So, Honorable Soda, what are you proposing?
So what I'm proposing, Mr. Speaker, is this. Let's give this ad hoc committee an opportunity to come up with a thorough investigation.
So you're in support of the motion?
I'm in support of the motion.
All right,
so
thank you.
Exonerate this girl, and I appeal to JAMB to soften the ban on this girl until the investigation is concluded. I appeal.
Thank you. We'll call you up when it is time for amendment of the prayers.
Yes.
And remember, gentlemen, it is important to note that once we have
and my colleagues, I support the mover of this motion, which, like you rightly observed, is very topical. This morning, virtually all the Nigerian television stations were on this issue. Mr. Speaker, I think the consensus, without anybody laying blame on the young lady or on JAMB, the consensus is that JAMB's approach has failed the test of institutional procedure. JAMB has alleged a criminal offense, a very serious criminal offense of forgery Forgery is a felony. And then JAMB at the same time, just like somebody stated, is also investigating this allegation of forgery without, when there's supposed to be a presumption of innocence. JAMB has also gone ahead to even punish the girl. I mean, come on, something is definitely wrong with that process. So I will join virtually what everybody here, including the mover of this motion, is saying, that there should be investigation. If the young lady was manipulated, the investigation will reveal that. If JAMB has a structural problem with their system, the investigation will point it out so that this kind of thing doesn't continue to happen. So I support the motion, and I support the prayer of the motion that this whole very sordid affair should be thoroughly investigated so that Nigerians will know where we stand on this issue.
Thank you very much. From the back, Sununu, Honorable Sununu, former Chairman, Health Services Committee. Please, two minutes, please.
My name is Dr. Yusuf Tanko Sununu. Tertiary institutions exams. JAMB also collaborate with other institutions to conduct exams for them. So the safety of the results must be ensured for us to agree. For instance, all of us knew about the controversial, that used sometimes to be controversial, the medical and dental examinations for the overseas trained students. The computer-based aspect of the examination is being conducted sometimes through JAMB, except where the two clashes. Otherwise, it's completely conducted by JAMB. Now, if even at that level of professionalizations and where we have people to qualify and take care of our life, we don't have security of the result that is going to be issued, it becomes a serious issue. Therefore, I think we should have to take this as a national issue, as a security issue, because the cyber security is also involved. Therefore, urgent measures must be taken to ensure that we have confidence in whatever that is going to be tendered as a result by the JAMB or from a JAMB candidate to any institution, either being it entry exams or a qualifying exams, that as they may so collaborate with other institutions in order to ease or to improve the security. Because I think the issue of collaboration is to ensure that those regulatory bodies or professional bodies are trying to exonerate themselves from being accused of manipulating results. Now, if they can sit that right to JAMB, and we still have doubtful results from JAMB, then the history of our country is not going to be in a good shape. I therefore want to absolutely 100% support this motion that it should be allowed to pass. Thank you.
Yeah, the gentleman with, is that Honorable Kuya? Yes, let's hear you, Honorable Kuya.
Support to the mover of this motion.
Please speak into the mic.
That it is timely, it is auspicious, and it addresses a major issue that is trending in our country right now. And I totally agree with the prayers in this motion. However, I want to sound a note of warning concerning our comments on this floor. We must, as parliamentarians, who has the power under the Constitution to investigate all agencies of government. In doing that, Mr. Speaker, referring to this case, with respect to this case, we must presume innocence on the part of the girls. At the same time, we must presume or assume that the JAMB has acted pursuant to the law establishing them. given to them by the act of this parliament, an act of this parliament gave them those powers. We must presume that too. And then the ad hoc committee will look into all the facts and then come up with a solution or with a decision that the parliament will take, and this decision will take care of what Honorable Sada Soli said. Because you see,
you are going into the work of the ad hoc committee.
Exactly. No, like, that's exactly what.
It's like you are setting up the terms of reference for the ad hoc committee.
Okay, sir.
Are you for this motion or against it?
I am in support of the motion.
Thank you very much. Your 2 minutes is up.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to commend the mover of this motion. But Mr. Speaker, I must say that I'm saddened by the stories making headlines in our news, because I know the negative impact of this saga to the image of this nation cannot be overemphasized. It's not only about the JAMB. We are talking about other examination boards, nursing council, and every other examination board in Nigeria. Mr. Speaker, I was privy to watch a video.
Please, leader, approach the chair.
I was privy to watch a video where a lady was demonstrating how to manipulate JAMB result slip directly from JAMB website. Mr. Speaker, the question.
Leader, approach the chair.
Is it that JAMB website is so porous that one can go to a business center, sit down, and start manipulating results and printing it out? Mr. Speaker, if I can take us back to one of the paragraphs in this motion that said that the House is aware that on 2nd of July 2023, JAMB Head of Public Affairs and Protocol, Mr. Fabian Benjamin, made a public pronouncement accusing Ms. MMESOMA'S of manipulating her UTME results, that she actually scored 249 instead of 362 as claimed. Mr. Speaker, honestly, this is so shameful that the ones procedure JAMB have reduced themselves to a point that they will be dragging the authenticity of their results with a candidate. Mr. Speaker, while looking at it, I wish, by the way of amending this motion, Mr. Speaker, that the ad hoc committee that will be set up will not look at the prayers they have said, but also go into the cases of special centers. You hear people say it's called special center both in JAMB, in WAEC, and some examination council boards in our country. So it is good for this ad hoc committee, Mr. Speaker, to as well extend the investigation not only to this one story, Mr. Speaker, but to the issue of special centers. Why must we identify some examination centers as special centers? I believe with that we will come to unveil the saga and know actually what has happened with this. And Mr. Speaker, also I want to pray, amend the prayers to add that 1 week will not be enough for this committee to look into this. I pray that by the leave of the mover of this motion to extend the duration of time frames about 3 weeks, if this house will accept that they will extend the investigation to look at why the so-called special centers in JAMB and other examination council boards like WAEC. I move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we have gotten enough opinion, a robust debate on this. It's an investigative motion. We are just going to put the question.
JAMB and all other relevant agencies to desist from any further actions until the investigations by the ad hoc committee is concluded. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
So the constitution of the members of the ad hoc committees that we formed today in the course of the motions that was raised or presented before the House. Honorable colleagues, you've been very patient today, and I really want to commend your cooperation. But let me mention the third one, which is ad hoc committee to investigate alleged manipulation of Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination UTME by the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, JAMB. The chairman of this committee is no other person than our own well-experienced ranking member, honorable member, Honorable Sada Soli is the chairman of this committee and will be supported by the following members: Honorable Abiante Awaji, Honorable Professor Lillian, Honorable Professor Namji, Honorable Engineer Remi Oseni, Honorable Dennis Idahosa, Honorable Fulata, Honorable Kuye, Honorable Anderson Allison, Honorable Agocha, Honorable Paul Gowan, Honorable Dennis Abo, and Honorable Rodney E.A.